gonna treat you the way they treat everybody else. I'm glad he didn't get paid. I hope his rent check bounces. I hope he's homeless for what he's done. He doesn't deserve a penny.
What an incredible match as Treason makes his way to his feet. The fan favorite, the former champion, broken, battered, and beaten. He's had a rough go of it, but an unbelievable wrap-up. That does it for our show tonight.
What up? Welcome back to the Necro Zoo. I am Bones. And in this one, let's go ahead and get into the next figure I will be adding to my McFarlane DC Multiverse collection. Now, right now, I am deep in the Darkfather wave. And the next figure we'll be taking a look at will be the Death Metal Superman. Now, pretty much he is from the Death Metal storyline. Basically, he has been held captive by an evil Batman that turned into Darkseid, and he's been tortured and shackled up. But the Batman from this universe and the Wonder Woman come in to save him, and then they battle that Darkfather. So a pretty cool storyline. This guy's a really unique, interesting take on Superman. Been watching a couple of reviews online, but now it's my turn to get this guy in hand. Now, he does look pretty awesome in the package, but let's go ahead and take a closer look at him. But of course, first, he does come with your standard black DC Multiverse stand. Now, it's not really needed, but comes in useful sometimes. He also comes with a data file card. Now, once again, they have decided to go with the figure artwork. Really would be a lot happier if they gave us some comic art that's the inspiration for this figure, but it is what it is. On the back, you do have some information on this Superman, so pretty cool. We'll add that to the collection. Now, he does come with some accessories. His are these two alternate hands. One for his dark side and one for his normal human side. This one's wrapped up like in, I guess it's supposed to be his cape that he's wrapped around. He's torn into shreds and like wrapped around his whole suit. And this one is like a more like kind of grasping dark side hand with that knuckle duster, Superman knuckle duster on here, kind of like brass knuckles. Pretty cool. Now, they are differently pegged because one goes on one side and the other goes on the other, but pretty cool. Now, something interesting is that in the comics there is images of him playing the guitar that comes with the later Batman figure, and I think these hands will actually come in useful if you were to display him playing the guitar. So pretty cool little accessories. And then of course he does come with the two arms for the Darkfather. That we'll put these in here until we get this figure put together. Now let's go ahead and take a look at them. First impression, like I said before, I'm more of a lenient DC, figure guy because I accept it for what it is and I appreciate it for what it is. So you might not like my review because a lot of people like pretty much poo-pooed on this figure. But let's hear my thoughts and see how it goes. Now, starting off with the head. This is a really dark Superman head sculpt. Now, people have been complaining that it's kind of chunky. I've seen various people say that he looks like, I don't know, Michael Jackson or I forget who else, but actually to me he looks like Danzig from the group Danzig, Glenn Danzig. I'll put an image up here so you can see that's who he kind of reminds me of. But I mean, you know, everybody has their own ideas, but to me he looks like Danzig. He looks pretty tough, so I'm okay with it. Now, there is some things I don't like the hair is okay. You might want to like heat it up and move it around, that way it looks better. It has a nice color to it. He can't really look up that much because of the hair, but he can look down a little. And of course you could tilt his head for some character. But one thing I do not like is the eyes. It's just that they're okay red, but they're a little bit spaced out for me, so it kind of gives them like a derpy look. But I think what I will be doing is all these figures in this wave, which was the Robin King and now this Superman, I'm just going to go ahead and customize paint them and just have them like that. So I will have like one unopened for my unopened collection, and then a mint in box collection, and then I'll have one open but with detailed paint, just to like give it some accent and some highlights. So that's what I'm planning on doing. So once I detail these, I'll probably do a video just showing all of them with their different paints that I changed on them. So this guy, I'm gonna probably add a little bit of outer black to the eyes just to get them to look more centered and not so spaced apart. Go ahead and move down to the chest. You got an awesome Superman emblem here. It is raised and embossed, which is pretty cool. It sticks out from the chest. Really liking it. People say it looks pretty much like the infected Superman, but to me it has a little bit of different character to it. Even the blue, it's like a darker blue. So it's a pretty cool sleeveless, you know, Superman getup. Checking out the waist, he does have that same McFarlane articulated waist that gives him a lot of movement. You could twist them to the sides, you could lean them back, you could lean them forward, not too much but just enough. And then of course you could twist them in some cool poses. Really good abdominal articulation this guy has. Really nice sculpt work. Smooth fitting parts. Looking at the shoulder up here at the top, you have that like jagged cut up shoulders, which is pretty cool. Like if he just like ripped off his sleeves, which is pretty awesome. On one side you actually have that dark side of him where he's starting to get that, you know, that dark seed inside of him that's turning him into like, you know, an evil character. But this one's articulated differently than the other one. On this one you only have single jointed elbows, and then the wrist has like a smooth hinge instead of the McFarlane ball joint. And then of course he does have those brass knuckles or knuckle duster with the Superman emblem on him, which is pretty sweet. Now let's look at the other side. Now this side, the shoulder joint is a lot better. You got that butterfly shoulder joint, has a little bit more movement, and then he does have these tattered like tendrils of the cape, I guess they would be. He does have double jointed elbows, more of the cape wrapping around his wrists and his hands. And actually this one's pretty good at hiding the ball joint that gives it that wrist articulation. Really smooth transition from the wrappings into the hand. Really nice sculpt work there. Moving down, he does have chains around his waist, sort of like a faux belt. Kind of bland looking metal color, so I might shine that up with some really high silver, metallic silver. So that's going to be pretty fun. Let's go ahead and look at his thigh swivel. Now this one has really good thigh swivel. You could get it turned a lot all the way in and then all the way out, which is good for posing. Going on to the knees, he does have double jointed knees. That's going to be cool for some flight poses. He does have articulation in his ankle. It's kind of hard to get the rocker on there. I mean, if you force it, you can get it to rock, but it's really stuffed in there with the way they did the boots around the top of the ankle. But he does have toe articulation. Now, looking at these boots, this is probably my favorite part of the figure. The boots are just really, really sculpted well. They have tons of straps. You got these fringes of like cape material. There's tons of places where you could add paint, like some silver paint. He got like some spurs and stuff on here, which are going to be really fun to paint. So I'm going to have fun repainting this guy. Really like these boots and the design, except for the limited articulation because of the way they're fit in there, but it's okay. If you really, really want to, you could pop these off and articulate them and then stick them back in. Now let's take a look from the bottom. Not really any tread, but there's like some markings and writings on there. Look up the back, the same beautiful sculpt work done back here on the back. Really cool. Moving up, there's the back of the chains, and then you got his back. That's where you could really see a lot of the different like textured lines that they have on there on the back of his uniform. Pretty cool. And then of course you have his hair from the back. Like I said, I really like the hair. It's just kind of molded in a weird way, but I think if you heat it up and spread it, it's gonna look a lot better. So I'll look forward to doing that. Honestly, I'm really happy with this guy. Now the reason I would say that is I know I'm gonna repaint it to adjust it a little bit more to my preference, and I'm gonna have fun doing it, and it's gonna look good in the end. That you guys will get to see it. But the other thing is, I'm really a fan of getting these versions that we probably would never get. I have tons of DC Superman figures. I have a video where I show them all, and you know, I have a lot of basic Supermans, the DCUC line, the DC Superheroes line. So this is just a beautiful sculpted figure that I'm really happy to add to the collection, because you're probably never going to get another one of these. So really, really happy with them. Now let's go ahead and take a look at him standing next to my custom unmasked Red Hood with the repaints. Pretty cool figure. And then let's take a look at him next to my custom Batman from the Last Night on Earth. Put a different Joker head in the lantern, and he has a lot of accent silver on his costume and stuff. Really happy with the way that one came out. And then let's take a look at him next to my ultimate Superman that I made using the infected Superman body and the regular Superman head. And I actually changed out the emblems and the cape. Really beautiful Superman figure. Now that video where I made that custom repaint is also on my channel if you want to check it out. Beautiful, beautiful Superman figure. Basically everything you would want from a McFarlane Superman figure. Has the double jointed elbows, the yellow S on the back of the cape. One of my favorite customs that I've done. Really happy with that Superman. So anyways, guys, cool figure. Can't wait to get on to the next one in the Dark Father wave. Really happy with this guy. Like I said before, he's a unique Superman figure that we're probably never going to see again. But I'm really happy to add him to the collection, get him up there on the shelf. You guys, stay safe out there. Keep hunting, keep collecting, keep customizing, and I will see you on the next one.